the 23rd India-Russia Annual Summit with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Moscow remains India's top arms supplier and wants to expand trade to $100 billion by 2030. Prime Minister Modi received Putin last evening with a hug and a handshake before hosting him for a private dinner, while defense chiefs from both the sides discussed boosting India's self-reliance in defense production. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin is on a state visit to India. Today at 11 a.m., President Putin will receive a ceremonial welcome at Rashtrapati Bhavan, followed by a wreath-laying ceremony at Rajghat at 11:30 a.m. At 11:50 a.m., he will meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi at Hyderabad House, and at 1:50 p.m., both sides will deliver joint press statements. Later at 3:40 p.m., the Russian president will attend a business event. In the evening at around 7 p.m., he will meet the president at Rashtrapati Bhavan. The Russian president is scheduled to depart at 9 p.m. tonight. Joining me live on the broadcast is my colleague Aditya Vidhavan. With more on this, Aditya, we have a whole packed schedule ahead of us for President Putin today in India. He is expected to be at a host of events and also hold talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi and our President, along with a business forum meet. Take us through the details.
Well, absolutely, Shivani. Indeed, Prime Minister Narendra, there are several engagements, lined up between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin. At 11 a.m., Russian President Vladimir Putin will be given a ceremonial reception at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Then at 11:30 a.m., both the leaders will pay tribute to the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, and then from 11:50. At the Hyderabad House, several press statements will be issued. So it's a jam-packed day today, and in the evening, there will be a business summit at the Bharat Mandapam. So indeed, today is a very, very busy day, and definitely we could expect some major trade deals between India and Russia, and definitely in the times to come, we are expecting a very, very busy schedule, and definitely the diplomatic relations between India and Russia have been on the very on a very high, and definitely in the times to come, the major defense and trade deals are on the table. Yes, Shivani, back to you.
Absolutely. And when we are looking at that schedule, Aditya, we're looking at 11 a.m. him going to the Rajghat. He is going to be present at a lot of other events as well before heading to the Hyderabad House for a meet with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Aditya.
He will be meeting with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and definitely a very a lot of diplomatic engagements are lined up for today, and definitely we could expect the same in the days to come today, because definitely there could also be talks regarding the initiation of the free trade agreement between India and Russia, and definitely it's a win-win situation for both the countries, and we could expect some major development regarding this. Shivani.
All right, Aditya. In fact, joining us on the broadcast is Professor Arvind Singh Tejawat, Foreign Affairs expert, and Manish Gupta, who's a finance and market expert. Thank you, sirs, for joining us on this broadcast. A very good morning to you. Appreciate your time. If I could go across to Professor Arvind Singh Tejawat first. So, how do you look at this grand summit that is being held yesterday? There was display of bonhomie, there was display of friendship, there was display of camaraderie, and today both the leaders are expected to walk the talk.
Right. I do believe that President Putin's visit to India is the most important event of 2020-25. And I believe that this visit may decide a roadmap between the cooperation India and Russia. So it's not only about the cooperation between the defense deal and some other partnership related to the energy security and all. I suppose that we can look forward to work on at a much larger perspective, to work on to stabilizing the India's economic security. At the moment, Russia is having a capacity to give employment almost 5 lakh to 10 lakh skilled and unskilled laborers. So I suppose that's a big deal. if we crack this deal, then I suppose we are going to win in this talk.
Absolutely. In fact, if I could go across to Manish Gupta as well, he's a finance and market expert. Mr. Gupta, when you look at this entire summit, if you look at the economic aspects of it, there is a huge trade deficit between India and Russia. Do you think this summit will also prove as an opportunity for India to make sure that that trade deficit is reduced? And also, do you think it's an opportunity for both the countries to, make sure that their markets are isolated from those Western shocks that keep coming in, or sanctions?
See, I take it in a different perspective. When generally we talk about the trade deficit, it means we are in loss because deficit means loss. But in fact, it is not. When we see trade deficit, what does it mean? We have less export and more import. But why we have to see this? In 2020-21, India has the business with Russia is 13 Arab dollar, and it is now 69, and now it is going to be 100 in next 2, 3, 4 years, and India want to stabilize this. So it is not deficit because we are importing crude oil from Russia at a very, very discounted price. So it is even if we are purchasing and selling to Europe, it is a business and it is a good business. Sourcing the material at cheap price is a business. It is not a deficit. So one, if I'm purchasing at less price, it is not deficit. Anyway, yes, our intent is to export more so that we will earn a good foreign currency. But on the same side, the most important key deal of this summit is the ruble rupee settlement, trade settlement. Here, India want to settle import with the rupee. So there is no cash loss because we have rupee in hand and we can give to Russia. And when Russia will purchase, it will get back to us because Russia will not send this money to China or Japan or America. So when we are importing, we are giving cash in rupee. It is a benefit because ultimately it will come to you. Means meri currency only for me. So it is a double benefit, first of all. And second and most important thing is at this time, the dollar is the king of the currency. And India want to give a message to the world that rupee can also be partner in that kingship, you know. So India want to put a soft currency diplomacy with the US that don't we try to be king every time in every area. Let us share your seat now. So this is the most important key. If this starts, then tomorrow with yuan, then with yen, then with Brazil, Canada, everywhere we want to have this cross currency settlement in one currency, not in one currency, but in respective currency of that country, and then we will have double the business. Suppose I do business with Australia in the Australian dollar, or I do business with the American dollar. The thing is different because I sell in Australian dollar, then I will purchase in Australian dollar. So this way we will increase the business, and probably this is the most important key of this, because if we stabilize this, we will not only enhance the business, but this money will come back. Our rupee, what rupee I will pay to the Russia in terms of purchase of crude oil at cheaper price, they will return back in terms of energy, in terms of support in reactors, in terms of supply chain of the this defense material. So I believe this is the time that India has to prove that India is also be a country who can talk with confidence with not only with the US as well as America and all. And here, what's Russia want? Russia want that they should have a key combination with China, Russia, and India so that they can shake the America. However, I have heard the interview of Mr. Putin. He never said Trump is a bad man. He said Trump is a peacemaker. Trump is doing good in Palestine and all. So that means Putin wants a harmony. Nowadays, Putin and Russia is not that strong that they were had in the back 10, 20, 15 years back. Now they want a good partner. They in fact already had a China as good partner, but by adding India, they will be more powerful than America. So this is the key strategy Russia want from us, and we want the money settlement, regular supply, energy, defense, many things. Since
Absolutely.
Russia is our regular partner, key reliable supporter, so we have reliance on him.
Absolutely. When we look at, such summits, obviously both the countries are looking